So you think you want to start a YouTube channel. It sounds super exciting at first until you start to doubt yourself. You start to think things like, oh, well, what if I sound dumb? What if people say mean things about me? Do I even have time for a YouTube channel? These are all common things that run through people's heads. And one of the biggest reasons that people are starting YouTube channels these days is also to, how can I make that money? How can I quit my job? How can I bring in some side income? Among other things like passion projects and things as well. But that's definitely a huge, huge factor for people. So in this video, I want to talk about how we can kind of get past all those things, particularly on how starting a YouTube channel can be a fantastic thing for anyone, especially those who are feeling afraid. I think that, really it's super important that there are so many benefits of starting a YouTube channel, even if whether your goal is to make money or whether it's for what other personal purpose that you might have. There are so many benefits that go beyond monetization for starting a YouTube channel. So my name's Ariel. A little bit about me. I'm definitely still in my young YouTube stage. This is my first video on this particular channel. However, I've started 2 other channels. One of them I restarted, so I've attempted 3 YouTube channels now. So this is technically my 4th. I'm still working through some of the videos on some of my other channels. But I wanted to start creating some videos kind of documenting my journey a little bit and some of the things I'm learning. I think there's a lot of really great big YouTubers out there who have a lot of good technical advice from years of experience. But sometimes the longer that we are in this online business world, I think sometimes it's easy to forget what it was like for the small creators. And so really this is all about kind of trying to connect with some of the smaller creators and build that sense of community and kind of discuss some of these harder topics. And so I really want to talk about, what are the benefits of starting a YouTube channel? So that way, when you do have those doubts, you can think about these things and hopefully that'll still get you started. I think many people think about for months, days, months, weeks, maybe even years to start a channel and never start. And really they're missing out on a lot of benefits. And I've been doing YouTube for about 8 months now, so still in my first year, but I've really come already to the conclusion that there are quite a few many benefits to this. And so let's dive into some of those. So one of the key benefits to starting a YouTube channel, even not in consideration of the money factors, is documentation purposes. It's so awesome nowadays that we have this ability to make a video of ourselves. And as we all know, one day we're no longer going to be in this world. And so having videos, no matter what we're talking about, having those videos for future family members and friends to look back upon when we're no longer here, to me is kind of a really cool thing to be able to have some of that documentation of our lives. It's also really cool to me sometimes when I watch some bigger YouTubers, and sometimes they'll do like these flashback videos of from when they're younger. And it's just so cool that they have that video from different aspects and time periods of their lives to look back upon. Even me and just my really kind of short YouTube journey so far, being able to look back on some of my videos, no matter how good or bad they are, it's kind of fun to see like how I've grown as a person in just this little bit of time. And so I think one really awesome aspect of doing YouTube videos or TikTok videos or, whatever kind of video you want to do, is just kind of that opportunity to document your life. I think those are going to be cherished things for ourselves and for others in the future. And so, no matter what you're making videos about, to me, it's a pretty cool benefit that I think is overlooked, that documentation. Another reason why starting a YouTube channel is such a benefit in my eyes is the idea of becoming a creator and not just a consumer. In today's world, we're just consuming so much information online, through Google, through our various social media platforms, through the television, computers, whatever you name it. There's so many different ways to consume content, from tweets to videos to music, to blog posts, everything. There's just so much information out there. And it's amazing. There's so many things to read and listen to these days. But sometimes I think it can just be overwhelming always taking in this content and reacting to it, when sometimes it's nice to also be part of the conversation, and not just part of the conversation in comments to videos or posts or pictures, but to actually actively be creating our own things. And the YouTube space is a really great way to do that, especially because there's so many different ways that you can create content. You can vlog and through video content, like you can vlog things, you can do these talking head videos like I'm doing, sharing your wisdom. If you're more the artistic type and you want to take different kinds of shots and make it more cinematic, you can do so. So there's just such a way for us to kind of give back with the personal knowledge that we have and to spread that into the world and help be a creator and not just a consumer. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing to consume content. I'm just saying that, sometimes it's nice to also be able to create something and to join in the conversation. So that's another great benefit about starting a YouTube channel, is for nothing else to be able to kind of create as much as you're consuming. Another great reason to start a YouTube channel is to be able to create a sense of community. A lot of social media used to be really about, finding your friends and your in-person friends, getting them all together, reading each other's posts and things that are coming into your lives. And that's still great to be able to follow people that you care about on Facebook and Instagram, and to be able to follow their lives. But one thing that's great about YouTube is to be able to create a sense of community by getting things in your feed that you're constantly interested in. And so one thing that this applies here with video creation is that, you can pick a topic that you're really passionate about and talk about it, and you will attract other people that have those same interests. That maybe there aren't a lot of people in your personal life around you that maybe have those same interests as you, but there are a vast amount of people all around the world that probably do. And so, getting that opportunity to create a sense of community by talking about a topic that you're super excited to talk about, and then being able to have other people come together and watch those videos and join in conversations. It's super cool. It's super cool to be able to create a group of like-minded people to be around you in that sense. Even though it's virtually, I still think it's an amazing opportunity to create community around a common interest. The next benefit of becoming a YouTuber is this idea that you can be a continuous learner. There is so much to learn when it comes to the YouTube game or any online type of business that you're trying to create or influencer or creator that you're trying to become. There's so many technical skills, from lighting to editing to video. There's so many different marketing skills, so many different business skills that you need to learn. And even if you're not trying to turn something into a business, there's still so many things to learn, to talk well in front of camera, to titles and things just for your own benefit as a creator. And so in addition to building an audience, but I just think that there's so much to learn that I think, especially as we get older and, maybe we're no longer in school anymore, hopefully, you're someone who's continuously finding ways to learn and improve through books or different hobbies. Well, being a YouTuber is a fantastic way to continue to learn. And not only are you going to learn the aspects of actually being a YouTuber and being a creator, but you're also going to kind of increase your knowledge in whatever field you're talking about. Growing up, I've heard that there have been studies done about how one of the best ways to learn is to teach other people. And so when we're teaching other people about a topic that we care about, it naturally makes us better at that topic as well. And so not only are we helping other people when we're teaching, but we're also improving our own skills in whatever that topic is. And so just being able to be a YouTuber and be a continuous learner throughout our lives in that way and have something that we're improving our minds with is also a really cool aspect of YouTube that I think is oftentimes overlooked. And then just, another thing that I was thinking about is that it's just a really great form of self-expression. I hear sometimes people will talk about how, before they started a YouTube channel that they were always very introverted and shy, but that talking to a camera was something that helped them kind of open up. Personally, I consider myself to be a little bit more extroverted. Not necessarily that I need to be the center of the room or anything like that, but mostly I like being around people. But I've really found that just talking to a camera, especially when it's a topic that I'm interested in, it's just very freeing. It's very liberating. We live in a world that can be kind of very isolated, and just being able to talk to a camera, even if there's no one directly on the other side of the lens in the moment that you're doing your video, it still kind of creates this not only form of connection, but just kind of this freedom to be able to express yourself and your ideas that I feel like can be very therapeutic. And I don't know, maybe some people will think that's kind of weird, but it's not something that I thought about before I started a YouTube channel, but now as I've been starting to talk into the camera, like I've noticed that. Like it feels good to be able to just talk and express about something. I think as humans, we like to be able to share our experiences and our knowledge in that way. And so doing YouTube is kind of a really cool way to do that and to kind of be a little bit of form of self-therapy. I mean, again, the topics that we're going to talk about are going to vary, but that's just kind of something that I've noticed. And so, why am I telling you these things? There are so many great reasons to become a YouTuber. Even if you're not planning on doing monetization, or even if you want to monetize and maybe for whatever reason you're not having success, I think it's such a powerful thing to know that even if you're struggling in your pursuit to make the money for you and your family, know that you can still be benefiting from YouTube, that there's so many things that can still be helping you grow through this process. And so that's why I wanted to share this, to just know that, whatever your situation is, YouTube could be a really great opportunity for you. And these are just some things that I've been learning that I wanted to share with you and hopefully help someone else if you're kind of struggling to get started and you need some extra motivation. So good luck on your journey and have a wonderful day.